Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I know a lot of times these pop the balloon and its, duplicates get a lot of clips and things of that nature. People see these all the time. And every once in a while, I see one that really needs to be discussed because it exemplifies certain things. And I want you guys to listen to this conversation.
Lady said,
yeah, a man that prioritized me in a relationship, a guy that's just going to shower me with gifts and love. And
that caused all the guys to pop their balloons, except this guy.
I'm Danny, 38.
Did you have your balloon unpopped? Why so?
I'm not scared of none of them standards and nothing like that. I'm just trying to figure out what she really about, because everybody want to be showered with gifts. Everybody want to be shown that they are cared for. That's why I took that as. But what are you gonna do in return? Or to earn that?
What do you mean by that?
Not quid pro quo. What am I going to do in return? I don't know if I like that.
I don't like where this is going.
You ain't gotta like it. I'm just saying, I don't like showering folk with gifts without.
You don't like to shower your lady with gifts?
It's about, my little language is like reassurance.
Everybody is zeroing in on me saying showering gifts. I also mentioned resting in my femininity as well.
Well, let me tell you something.
So
the reason why they said that is because you didn't provide something like what you do for a man, because that's easy to say. Anyone can come out here and say, yo, give me some gifts, and I can bust out the bank card and be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But what makes you worthy to receive that other than you just being fine?
If and when you become a man, you would know, and I would be your woman, and that's in every sense. So
what? What does being my woman mean?
That means giving you support, giving you, nurturing you when you need, when you need to, just loving you with a pure heart.
How old are you again?
I'm 38.
Okay, we're saying age. Oh, throughout the relationships, you're 38. You don't been in multiple relationships, right? So what's something that you learned in your past relationships that you can put into your future relationship to make it last longer?
I would have to say it would have to be patience. I've had to work, on my patience over the years, and I've learned to take my time. Are we good?
She fine. She just seemed like a lot, though. It's like
what's a lot? What is
it? Just seemed like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, can I ask him a question?
Yeah, ask me something.
All right. So on the scale of 1 to 10, and you can't use 7, how important is it to you that your next relationship ends in marriage?
Let me be honest with you. I don't want to even get into a relationship unless I see it. I'm all right.
Well, you're here for love, so.
Well, I'll be honest with you. So if I can't envision you being old next to me, I'm not even really going to give you no energy. To be honest with you, I can give you all the energy of the world, or I could just forget you exist.
Stop it. Get some help.
We got to make a choice. Are you popping, or are we walking up there and making a match?
What you want to do?
Let's go.
Nice.
All right.
This just seems like an investment.
A relationship is an investment.
I'm saying it's going to be a mutual fund.
Yeah. That's what a relationship is.
You'll come to me, and I got to come to you. You with long distance and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm open to long distance.
I'm clingy.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm talking about I wrap around you like a spider web.
I'm done. I cannot take him serious.
Any final questions? Are you going to pop, or are you going to stay with her?
This lady said,
yeah.
Aside from the annoying AI narration voice, I hate that little voice. Everybody use that same voice too. But anyway, aside from the point, I got a few takeaways for that. For one, I think he liked her, but this to me was a really good way to do a very concise kind of vetting, especially in a situation like this where we can pretty much see the pop the balloon. Most people can't take this seriously as a dating show or as a hookup show, whatever the case may be. But aside from that, I think that he did a pretty decent job of like a condensed version of vetting, how to vet in 10 minutes or less, 5 minutes or less. And one of the things that he was trying to get her to do, and it was like pulling teeth, was to get her to display to him, rather than explain to him, display to him what she could bring to a relationship. Now, she ends up saying it's super vague, She didn't even like the fact that he asked her whether or not she would reciprocate, or what is it that he could look forward to getting from her. If she could look forward to gifts and trips and money and this and that, then what should he look forward to coming from her as a form of reciprocation? And she couldn't answer that question, which number one red flag is the level of selfishness involved in these things. And then furthermore, he was trying in different ways to get her to display to him something other than her selfishness. And she could not do it. Here's the other thing too, that some may have missed. She was saying, well, you know, once I'm your woman, you'll see, like, basically I bring me to the table as a woman, as a feminine woman. Let me let y'all know something. Let me let y'all hyenas know something. Y'all little modern women hyenas. Y'all cannot use that. Y'all cannot use that I am a woman and I come to you fully as that. And so that should be enough, because men today don't know what you mean by that. And the reason they don't know what you mean by that is because hyenas, y'all are not women. And y'all do not understand what being a woman is. You think that your femininity is predicated upon the amount of gifts and things and money that he can shower you with. And then that was supposed to put you in your feminine era. She thinks that y'all think just like this lady. Most of y'all think just like this lady, that she looks a certain way, she's dressed a certain way, she presents physically a certain way, and so that is supposed to be the totality of her femininity. That's the cloak of femininity. That's the cloak. Okay, most lionesses don't present that way. Now, mind you, we can clean up, and we clean up well. So don't get it twisted. Lionesses can clean up, and we do so very well. But this is not, but we're not performative with our femininity. So everywhere, every time we step out, we don't get heels on and everything got to be just so. We come outside presentably, clean, you know, we look presentable to the world. We're not coming outside looking crazy or anything like that, but it don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, everything meticulously this, because we're not performing our femininity in the first place. If we're not dressed up to go somewhere particular that call for us to be dressed a certain way, we're not doing it. Not really. Okay. And the reason that I'm pointing out the dress is because y'all think that is the height of what being a woman is. And that men are simply just supposed to know what he's getting in your femininity. But you don't know your femininity. You're not feminine for real because you don't have a feminine mindset. You may have a feminine presentation, but you don't have a feminine mindset, because feminine women are reciprocal in their relationships. And that was a stopping point for you. And it was a stopping point, not just for this lady on the screen, but for many of you, it's a stopping point. You get into relationships for how much this man can do for you or what you can get out of it. But you don't get into relationships thinking about or planning on or even contemplating about what it is that a man gets from you. It can't be something so vague as my femininity. Okay? Because y'all don't operate in y'all femininity. Y'all operate on this manipulative wavelength. It's very selfish. Y'all operate in what I would call a dark femininity. Like, it's the negative side. And y'all use what parts you do want to use of your femininity in a negative way. Okay? So y'all cannot use the, oh, well, you will see. He will see, won't he? And it'll be to his detriment. Case in point. Once they got to the point where they walk up front to finalize it, he still has an opportunity to pop his balloon or whatever the case may be. He was throwing out things just to see what her initial reactions was going to be. He said, you know, long distance. I mean, well, yeah, I deal with that. And then he said, you know, I'm clingy. Oh, well, are you? she was willing to get into, because she liked him too. So she was willing to get into something with him that she could not even agree to tacitly in the beginning. And that's what a lot of y'all females do. And that is how y'all get into situationships and even relationships with men that you didn't trust from day one. You didn't like what he described his program to be, or his worldview to be, or how he was going to act and things of that nature. And then y'all will agree to what a man is saying. If you kind of like him, and or you're desperate, or whatever the case may be, he can say he can say he drive a sprocket to Mars every week. Is you down with, putting gas in this sprocket for this trip? And you will say, yeah, I put gas in your sprocket. You don't know what sprockets is or nothing. You don't even know if sprockets take gas. Okay. All right. Sprockets, for all you know, could take star power to get there. Fairy dust. You don't know, but you nodding and talking about some, yeah. Now when those sprocket trips to Mars get too taxing, now you're gonna be somewhere crying, hey, he go to Mars every week in his sprocket. And he told you that. He told you, listen, sprockets, Mars, weekly. What you doing? Right? So she was sitting up there nodding yes, knowing full and well she didn't like any of what he was talking about. Clingy or long distance. Now is that stuff true? Maybe not. Was he just sort of like trying to fill her out? He absolutely was trying to fill her out. But at the same time, she don't have no boundaries. Y'all, and the reason y'all really don't got no boundaries is because y'all don't know nothing about yourself, and y'all don't know nothing about being a woman, and y'all don't know anything about relationships. Y'all don't understand how men work. Y'all don't even understand how women work. And that's worse than anything, that y'all are running around here with actual vaginas and you do not know how women work. Only thing y'all know as far as women is concerned is y'all want to be pampered and y'all want to be taken care of and this, that, and the third. And listen, let me tell you something before we clock out of here. It is to a certain extent in a woman's nature to want to be taken care of by a man, but that is not even secluded to his finances. We like to be taken care of by men because we like our femininity to be taken care of by their masculinity. That's what we like. Y'all don't even really know what that means, to be taken care of by your man. Right? We like the structure of his masculinity, but we like space in that structure to actually be women. To actually be women and to actually go deeper into our femininity to help him. Going deeper into our femininity serves the purpose of supporting him. That's what it doesn't serve the purpose of getting us a Chanel bag. It serves the purpose of supporting him to understand with more clarity what our emotional states are, why we're in them, what's going on, to have some type of control over these things so that those things can be helps and not hindrances to the relationship and to us as individual people. So yes, we do like the safety that masculinity is able to provide. We do like that safety. Men that have, this is why lionesses like men that have structure and vision and stuff like that, because they typically have well-built structure. They typically have well-built structure. They mean what they say. They're about their business. The men stand on business, but they also give us as lionesses spaces to be women. They don't demand that we become men. They don't demand that we don't be soft. They don't demand that we go through things and rough out things the same way that they do in order to be with them. They understand, at least in as much as a man can understand it, they understand how women, you know what I'm saying, need that space to be emotional, especially when that emotion is not being destructive, because that's what his structure is for. The structure is there to prevent any type of destruction that her overwhelming emotions may cause. That's a deeper conversation in this video. But with that being said, jump down in the comment section and let me know what you think. Jump down in the comment section, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.